भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणीम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदम। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भागवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठुकी। So Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you so much for joining today. Today we will be discussing chapter 22 from Canto 8. It is entitled Bali Maharaja Surrenders His Life. So in the previous chapter, chapter 21, which is entitled Bali Maharaja Arrested by the Lord. So chapter 20 says, is entitled actually Bali Maharaja surrenders the universe. So in chapter 20, Bali Maharaja surrenders the universe, meaning knowing that Lord Vamandev is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He decided to offer 3 pieces of land in charity to Vamandev, against the order of his spiritual master. And when Bali Maharaj did so, Vamandev occupied everything with two steps, and there wasn't any room for the third steps. So in chapter 21, Vamandev, basically on the order of Vamandev, understanding the desire of the Lord, Garuda, the associate of Vamandev or Lord Vishnu, arrested Bali Maharaja on the day of Somapana. That means, so the Lord waited possibly for some time, because Lord came to Bali Maharaja's sacrificial arena while the sacrifice was going on, or while so Somapana means at the end of the sacrifice you get Somapana, a special Somras. So Garuda arrested Bali Maharaja with the ropes of Varuna, and in that we had discussed that how devotees, even though put into difficulty, he was fixed in his determination. And Prabhupada writes, actually, the Lord has done this to glorify Bali Maharaj. Um, and yeah, so mm, yeah, so because Lord said that because you have been unable to give charity according to your promise, the rule is that you must go down and live in alien planet for some time. Mm. Um, so that's what the Lord said in the previous chapter. Uh, yeah. So, and in this chapter, we will see what happens next. Chapter 22. Um, so, after being arrested by Garuda with the ropes of Varuna, and after the lad had spoken that Balimara should go and live in the hellish hell for some time, Balimara then spoke. Hmm? He said, I will make my promise true. I don't like my promise to be false. I'll rectify the matter. Uh, so therefore, you place your third daughter's foot step on my head. So, mm, so, but one may question the Lord had occupied with two steps everything in the universe. How is the head of Bali Maharaj would be sufficient? Hmm? He- yes, so he will not be uh, um, able to fulfill that, one may say. But Prabhupada writes in the purport that the possessor, the owner is greater than the possessions. So Bali Maharaj at that time owned the three worlds. So in that mood he offered. But how can he fulfill? Because the Lord's foot is so big, and hmm? But however he felt, let me do something. Let me do something. Hmm. And so he says that I want to make my promise true. I'm not afraid of being punished by the ropes of Varuna, but I don't want people to talk about me that I've broken the promise. I don't like this defamation. Uh, so yeah, you can punish me, but I'll try and fulfill. I don't want to break my promise. I'll some or other make my promise true. So these days, people, they don't mind, you know, making false promises and spreading lies uh, like that, one after another. Mm. But here, Bali Maharaja was completely opposite. So he was very much afraid of that. And Bali Maharaja says that, sometimes father, mother, brother, friend may punish, uh, but they never punish their subordinate like you did it. Uh, um, mm. So, because you are the worshipable Lord, I regard your punishment is most exalted. This is what he's feeling. Bali Maharaj's feeling is this. Mm. Um, so, we'll read the purport to this. So Bali Maharaja is considering that the punishment awarded by the Lord is most exalted. Let's see. Is there anyone? Okay. Anyone would like to read the purport? Oops.
Prabhuji, if nobody is there, don't mind reading.
Yeah, please go on.
One moment, Prabhuji, I'm just.
Text 4 purport. I know sometimes you use your book, physical book.
No, actually, today I'm not using the book. That's a business organizing my phone. Okay. Punishment meted out by the Supreme Personality of Godhead is accepted by the devotee as the greatest mercy. One who seeks your compassion and thus tolerates all kinds of adverse conditions due to the karma of his past deeds, who engages always in your devotional service with his mind, words, and body, and who always offers obeisances to you, is certainly a bona fide candidate for liberation. Bhagavad Gita
Oh, this
10.14.8.
this is Bhagavatam.
Bhagavatam 10.14.8. Sorry. I was wondering there's something wrong. There's a 3. A devotee knows that so called punishment by the Supreme Personality of Godhead is only his favor to correct his devotee and bring him to the right path. Therefore, the punishment awarded by the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be compared to even the greatest benefit awarded by one's material father, mother, brother, or friend. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
So that's the feeling of our Bali Maharaj, and actually glorifies the Lord. So, firstly, he said, "I'll make my promise true. So, I'll offer my head. Please, place your foot on top of my head." And then he says that you know sometimes for parents or friends and other members may try to punish their subordinate, but they don't like you know they don't punish their subordinate like this. I actually regard you know your punishment to be most exalted. Then he says that you are actually the well-wisher of the you act as an enemy of the demons, but actually by chastising us, by punishing us, you are acting in our best interest. Hmm? um, because anyway the demons killed by the Lord will get liberation. huh? um, yeah, so then he says, then he remembers of his grandfather. Hmm? My grandfather, Prahlad Maharaj, is very famous, um, and is recognized by all your devotees because he was he had taken shelter of your lotus feet, even though he was harassed by his father in many ways. So similar, like he's basically saying that I am also taking shelter of your lotus feet, even though you awarded me the punishment. You bound me up with ropes of Varuna, just like my, mm, grandfather Prahlad Maharaj. I will also remain fixed in your devotion. Then he says, why should be one fixed in Lord's devotion? Why should one take shelter of the Lord's lotus feet all the time? Because these all material things are useless. What is the use of this material body? It leaves the owner at the end of one's life. The family members are also, they will also leave. Most of the times, family members are, they're after, your money, um, and your partner will also leave you. Mm. And the home, family, country, community, everything will leave. By developing attachment, we only get entangled. So I'm not worried about all this. Better I'll take shelter of the lotus feet of your lotus feet. Uh, so yeah, so he says, my grandfather Prahlad Maharaj was afraid of common people in this world, because common people are after the material possessions. uh, they're materialistic. So that's why he took shelter of the lotus feet. Mm. Um, in spite of his, his father torturing him. Mm. Then he says here, it's actually my good fortune that I have been forcibly brought under your lotus feet and deprived of all my opulences. So actually, he considers it to be a most fortunate position, mm, brought to the lotus feet of the Lord, and he was brought under the lotus feet of the Lord, and he was also deprived of all his opulences. uh, Otherwise, people generally, because now he became the king of the heaven, three worlds actually. When one possesses material things, one is blinded, gets blinded, and hmm, so it's better that I got deprived of all my opulences. Uh, this is the month of Kartik, and you know uh, we are talking about opulences. Opulence can make one blind, and I remind in that context. I remember that the story of Nalakuvera and Manigriva uh, being blinded by the riches, because they were the sons of Kuvera, great wealthy person, a treasurer of demigods. He supplies the money so to demigods. Um, so these two sons were blinded and intoxicated because of the wealth, and hmm, so they misbehaved. And Narad, fortunate, it was actually their fortunate position. Narad, they came in touch with Narad. Narad was passing by, and Narad actually blessed them. I would not use the word curse, bless them, to be the uh, to, to be the trees, to become trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. Uh, and when they begged, Narad said that, um, I utter this, that because of my mercy, you will be able to see the Lord face to face, and we will deliver you both. Mm. So that's how the Lord, after he was bound by the wooden grinding mortar, um, you know, when he saw the twin Arjuna trees, he said to himself, actually, I've got nothing to do with these guys. These are the sons of rich Kuvera. Right? So, but however, my devotee Narad said that I would deliver them. So I have to do this task. So then he delivered. Hmm? And he awarded Prema Bhakti. Hmm? Um, Kuveratmajau Bhaddamurtaiva Yadva Tvayamochitau Bhakti Bhajau Krutau Cha Tatha Prema Bhaktim Swakame Prayacha Namokshe Graha Meshti Damodareha. In this prayer, Satyavrata Muni says that mm, although you were bound, you liberated the sons of Kuvera. But not only liberation, but you awarded Prema Bhakti onto you. Mm? Um, love of Godhead. They achieved that. You awarded them. Similarly, you please award uh, love of Godhead, prema bhakti, to me also. I do not want any liberation merging into the existence of Brahman. Hmm? So I took a slight deerhood there because it's the month of Kartik. I thought I would just mention that. Suddenly it occurred to me. So here he says his position was super, um, because he's deprived of all his opulences. Opulence sometimes can make people blinded. Mhm. So there are four things, four opulences. There are six, but four at least. Kunti Maharani says four. Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shri. Janma means high parentage. Aishwarya is wealth. Shruta means higher education. Shri means beauty, bodily beauty. So Kunti Maharani says that these four things are highly dangerous. Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shribir, Edamana Madhapuman, Naiva Hridatya Vidatum Vaitvama Kinchana Gocharam. So people who possesses these four, any of these four or all of these four, they are just blinded by the intoxication. Hmm. And for them, you are not they for they are not able to see you. Hmm. So here Bali Maharaj says, yes, I'm deprived of everything. It's good. So I'm very, very fortunate. Hmm. Only by providence have I been saved from the condition, from that condition of material world. So this is how Bali Maharaj felt. And Shukadev Goswami says, while Bali Maharaj was describing his fortunate position, Prahlad Maharaj appeared like a moon, a rising moon in the night time. Uh, um, it is described here that he had a dark body which resembled like a black ointment for the eyes. He was tall, elegant, and dressed in yellow garments. Mm. And he had very long arms, very beautiful eyes, like lotus petals. Uh, he was very, very dear and pleasing to everyone. And Bali Maharaj, what did Prahlad Maharaj says? Um, so when he appeared, actually, before we go further, we discuss further. Bali Maharaj could not offer proper, respectable obeisances because he was bound. Usually, when you would offer prostrate obeisances. Um, but because he was bound by the ropes of Varuna, he simply offered respectable obeisances within his head, huh? And his eyes being inundated with tears, he he put his face down in shame. So he felt a little bit ashamed because you know Lord is being punished by the Lord. That means he had done something wrong. So I'm coming in the lineage of Prahlad Maharaj, great devotee. So I'm being punished by the Lord. So Prahlad Maharaj might think that I've done something wrong. Hmm? Um, so Prahlad Maharaj then said, hmm, uh, you, you initially gave, it was you who gave him the kingdom. Now it's you who are taking the kingdom back. Huh? Actually, that position of king of heaven was putting him in great danger. You have done him a very merciful favor by taking away all his opulence. So, yeah, a good person, when everything goes away, he will only depend on the Lord. Even when there is everything, he'll still depend on the Lord. But in this condition, when everything is taken away, fully depends on the Lord. So here, first, Bali Maharaj said that he was in a fortunate position. And Bali Maharaj also mentioned that the punishment awarded to him was very exalted one. And Prahlad Maharaj actually supports that statement of Bali Maharaj. You have done him a very merciful favor by taking away all his opulence. Hmm? Uh, yeah, so then Shukadeva Goswami says, Lord Brahma was also present there. Lord Brahma also appeared there. And he wanted to say something. But in the meantime, Bali Maharaj's wife, Vindhyavali, he came she came forward and she stopped Brahma. In the sense, she was in a hurry, and Brahma let her go. Brahma wanted to speak, but he noticed that Vindhyavali was in a in anxiety. She wanted to say. So Vindhyavali is the wife of Bali Maharaj. She says that, oh Lord, you have created the entire universe for the enjoyment of your personal pastime. But foolish, unintelligent men have claimed proprietorship for material enjoyment. It's yours. People are thinking it's theirs out of ignorance, out of foolishness. They think that it's for their enjoyment, but actually, you have created everything for your enjoyment. Mm. Uh, so, here we'll read a little bit in this prayer. Uh, let's see if anyone is willing to read this one paragraph here. Right. Is anyone available, willing to read this one paragraph?
I can
If,
read.
yeah, okay. Super.
Yeah, go on.
Can you make the screen a little bit bigger?
Uh, sure. It appears quite big.
Okay, that's fine. Bali Maharaja's wife accused Bali Maharaja by saying that although the Supreme Personality of Godhead had arrested him, showing him extraordinary mercy, and although Bali Maharaja was offering his body to the Supreme Lord for the Lord's third step, he was still in the darkness of ignorance. Actually, the body did not belong to him, but because of his long standing demoniac mentality, he could not understand this. He thought that since he had been defamed for his inability to fulfill his promise of charity, and since the body belonged to him, he would free himself from defamation by offering his body. Actually, however, the body does not belong to anyone but the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by whom the body is given, as stated in
Yeah,
Bhagavad Gita
yeah,
1861.
that's fine. I think I just wanted to bring this up. So you have a partner like this, having a partner like this. So good, isn't it? Even Vindhyavali, his wife, chastising Bali Maharaj while he was being bound. She was telling that he was thinking that he can offer something, his body to you. But actually, everything belongs to you. You would have simply said, my lord, everything is yours. What can I offer? This is Vindhyavali's mentality. That's what Vindhyavali's wife is thinking. Vindhyavali says that, but Bali Maharaj is thinking that body belongs to him because he had the association of demons. So indirectly she was chastising Bali Maharaj that how can you offer something to the Lord? Everything belongs to the Lord. Mm. So that was Vindhyavali's statement. Then after Vindhyavali, his wife, um, offered that, then Lord Brahma, he spoke. So, so what did he say? Um, Now this man has been sufficiently punished, for you have taken everything. Now you can release him. He does not deserve to be punished more. This is what Brahma says. You have taken everything and you are punished also. Don't, you know, he does not deserve to be punished more. No more punishment. Enough. Please release him. Brahmaji says. Um, so Bali Maharaj had offered everything to your lordship without any hesitation. He offered his land, the planets, whatever else he earned by his pious activities, including even his own body. And then Brahma says something important. In the Bhagavad Gita, you say, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Vyome Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Parvatam Ashnami Prayatatmana. If one offers a little water, fruit, flower, uh, or yeah, something like this, you would, if they offer in devotion, even that little thing, you deliver them, you accept it. But Bali Maharaj had done so much without duplicity. How then can he deserve suffer from arrest? You say from in the Bhagavad Gita like that, but now you are doing. Why are you punishing Bali Maharaj? He offered everything. Hmm. So then the Lord spoke. Hmm. And then he says that, sometimes opulence can create, bewilder one. Uh, like it's like, um, giving a father sometimes giving a chocolate, but if the child misbehaves, take the chocolate back. So like that, Lord says, I had also sometimes I do this. Then he says, people in general in this material world are rotating in the cycle of birth and death in different species of life due to their fruitive activities. By good fortune, if one becomes a human being, by good fortune, one becomes a human being. This human birth is very rarely obtained. So, Lord is saying some general principles. Uh, uh, so, human birth is very rarely obtained. It's good fortune. Unless one has good fortune, one cannot become a human being. Hmm? If a human being is born in an aristocratic family or a higher status of life, if he performs wonderful activities, if he's youthful, if he has personal beauty, a good education and good wealth, and if he's nonetheless not proud of his opulences, it is to be understood that he is especially favored by the Supreme Personality. This is one of my favorite verse. So here Lord says a human being may possess so many qualities, so many opulences, such as high parentage, or he does great activities, charitable activities, and one may possess a youthful, a beautiful body, and one may have higher education, and one may possess wealth. But although having all such opulences, that if that person does not become proud of his opulences, then that person is to be understood to be favored by me. Hmm. So we see sometimes opulences, people having opulences, but it's rare to see having a person not to be proud of having opulences. Yes, we see people having opulences, but they're also proud. But Lord says, you see a person with several opulences, but not proud, then that time you should understand that he is favored by me, special favor. So we'll read this purport. So if I can have a volunteer to read this purport. Another devotee that time raised their hand. No, okay, Arya. First Arya, and then let's see who else can read. Yeah, Arya.
When in spite of possessing all these opulences, a person is not proud. This means that he is fully aware that all his opulences are due to the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He therefore engages all his possessions in the service of the Lord. A devotee knows very well that everything, even his body, belongs to the Supreme Lord. If one lives perfectly in such Krishna consciousness, it is to be understood that he is especially favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The conclusion is that one's being deprived of his wealth is not to be considered the special mercy of the Lord. If one continues in his opulent position but does not become unnecessarily proud, falsely thinking that he is the proprietor of everything, this is the Lord's special mercy.
Thank you so much. So having opulence is not a problem, but if we think that I am the possessor, we see that opulence separate from the Lord. That is the problem. Hmm. We see so many great people having opulences, became great devotees of the Lord. Dhruva Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj, all Pandavas. Arjuna had several opulences. Maharani Kunti. Uh, so even Prahlad Maharaj was king. You know. Uh, so having opulence is not a problem, but people become proud of that opulence and people see that to be separate from the Lord. But whereas if we are favored by the Lord, we see that opulence is given to us by the Lord and we become humble. Hmm. That is the special favor of the Lord. We should understand that's especially favored, that person is specially favored by the Lord. Yes, is anyone Lokeshwar Gaurang Prabhu? You wanted to read, Prabhu? Next one, definitely. Uh, okay. Yeah. So pure devotees do not get disturbed by such opulences. Hmm? So we'll read this purport also. Lokeshwar Gaurang Prabhu. Pure devotees, they do not get disturbed with these opulences. Can you hear me, Lokeshwar? Your voice is very low.
Can you hear me now?
Better.
Okay. Devotees like Dhruva Maharaja, who was given unlimited material opulence, have the special mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Once Kubera wanted to give Dhruva Maharaj a valediction, but although Dhruva Maharaja could have asked him for any amount of material opulence, he instead begged Kubera that he might continue his devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When a devotee is fixed in his devotional service, there is no need for the Lord to deprive him of his material opulences. The Supreme Personality of Godhead never takes away material opulences achieved because of devotional service, although he sometimes takes away opulence achieved by pious activities. He does this to make a devotee prideless or put him in a better position in devotional service. If special devotee is meant for preaching but does not give up his family life or material opulence to take to the service of Lord, the Lord surely takes away his material opulences and establish him in a devotional service. Thus, the pure devotee becomes fully engaged in propagating Krishna consciousness.
Thank you, Prabhu. So here, one statement: Lord will never take away material opulences achieved because of devotional service. Through devotional service, also one can achieve some opulences, material opulences. They will not put one in danger because they derived through the devotional service. Whereas when you derive, obtain opulences through pious activities, one may become proud, and Lord will take such opulences to teach a lesson, right? And so, having said this, then Vamandev says, Balima Rajas become most famous among demons, in spite of being bereft of all material opulences, is fixed in his devotional service. So Lord is saying here that Bali Maharaj became so famous because he is fixed in his devotional service. So we are reading Prabhupada Leela Amrita every day in the morning, that we see how Prabhupada is also fixed in the devotional service in spite of so many challenges. Um, we see a challenge after challenge. Uh, um, Yet, we were reading the other day that his schedule was not disturbed. He would do his sadhana. He would get up. He would do his sadhana, and he would also do his writings, translating books, etc. So that was not disturbed at all. For us, even a little problem will disturb us because we are not deep in devotion. huh? Empty vessels make much noise. So when we are not deep, we just do so many things, like get disturbed, get carried away. But we see Prabhupada's life and the great devotees' life also. Rain or shine, they are fixed in devotion. This is one thing that we learn, and we practically see in this behavior, this principle in the life of Srila Prabhupada. So many challenges. Uh, so once we were reading one amusing, you know, uh, pastime, that when Prabhupada had been to Africa, so after he had taken his shower, his clothes were like washed and dried up, and he could not find his clothes. So when he was giving class, he saw devotees, a few devotees wearing, one devotee wearing kurta, the another devotee is wearing dhoti, like that. He called temple president, and he informed temple president that that kurta is actually mine, that dhoti is mine, like that. Uh, So you had to deal with all these things. Mm. So that's the good quality of a good devotee, fixed in devotion. Mm. And this has been mentioned in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita a lot. I mentioned several times also And in the month of Kartik, if you plan to recite a chapter, you may recite 12 chapter. And from text 13 onwards, chapter 12 Bhagavad Gita, text 13 till 20. So Krishna gives lists wonderful qualities of devotees. Please read if possible. Mm. So, and oops. Bali Maharaj was fixed in his vow of truthfulness in spite of being bereft of his riches, fallen from his position, defeated and arrested by his enemies, rebuked by his relatives, suffered the pain of being bound, rebuked and cursed by his guru. These many things. Many demons, they did not like, Bali Maharaja giving away everything. So that's how the relatives also come. And, Lord was chastising. He was bound by the ropes of Varuna. There was pain, and spiritual master, against all odds, he did not give up taking shelter of the Lord. Hmm. So what do you achieve through this? Sometimes you may think, you know, how can you how can one be tolerant like this? So I always say great things do not come cheaply. If you want something great, you have to go an extra mile, right? So what did he achieve at the end of the day? What did Bali Maharaj achieve? And here Lord says, because of this great tolerance, I am giving Bali Maharaj a place which is not even obtainable by the demigods. He will become the king of heaven in the next Manvantara, Savarni. Currently, it's called Vaivasvata Manvantara, seventh Manu. And King Indra, the Indra's post has been occupied by Purandara. King Indra is a post. And who is occupying that post now is um, I beg your pardon, Purandara. Whereas for the eighth Manvantara, which is known as Savarni Manvantara, Lord is saying that time Bali Maharaj will become the king of heavenly planet. He will occupy the post of Indra. Not only that, now I will make him rule the planet known as Sutala, which was made by Vishwakarma according to the Lord's will. And Lord especially protects that planet. Therefore, it is free from mental and bodily miseries. There is no fatigue and dizziness, defeat, no disturbance. So Bali Maharaj he has awarded this position. And he said that no one will be able to, um, uh, you know, disgrace your order. Hmm? Everyone will follow. No one will transgress your rule. If someone will transgress your rule, my Sudarshana disc will kill them. So basically, he had lent his Sudarshana disc to Bali Maharaj. And nobody will be able to conquer you. What to speak of ordinary demons and ordinary peoples. I shall always be with you. This is another thing. So Sudarshan disc will kill if someone transgress Bali Maharaj's rule there. And in addition to that, I shall always be with you, hmm, and give you protection in all respects. And you will be able to see me there. And hmm, because you have associated with demons for some time, sometimes you may feel little anxiety, materialistic anxiety, but because you see me there, everything will be fine, immediately vanquished, like that. So this is the benediction that Vamandev offered. So as I mentioned before, that great things do not come cheaply. So he had endured the situation, all the challenges. That's why Lord awarded this position. And we know the story that comes actually in the fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, that Bali Maharaj Vamandev became the gatekeeper of Bali Maharaj in the planet known as Sutala. And as a gatekeeper, you would, open it and close when the master comes out and goes out and comes in. And the palace had several gates, and we don't, king can come through any gate and go out, can go out through any of the gates. Uh, it is said that Vamandev used to run as a gatekeeper to open the gate, one of the gates. And I heard that one devotee mentioned Mother Lakshmi actually pleaded Bali Maharaj, saying, seeing the pitiable condition of her husband Vamandev, she pleaded Bali Maharaj, saying that please use one gate, only one gate, so that my husband need not to run and do this business of opening and closing the gate, something like that. Hmm. Yeah, so this is how this chapter ends. So in this chapter, in the first section, we see that Bali Maharaj, after being bound by the ropes of Varuna, tells Lord that he will fulfill his promise by offering his head for the Lord to keep or place his third step. Um, and So Bali Maharaj then says, the punishment that you awarded me is an exalted one. Um, and actually, it is my great fortune, mm, that I have come under shelter of you, and you have deprived me of all my possessions. This is indeed a great, um, very great fortune of mine. I'm very fortunate. Mm. Um, and then Prahlad Maharaj comes there, suddenly appears. Bali Maharaj was not unable to offer proper obeisances as he was bound. He offered obeisances in his mind. Prahlad Maharaj um, mm, says um, that actually it was you who awarded the kingdom before, and now you are taking it back. You are the owner. Huh? It's not Bali is the owner. Actually, the position of king of heaven making him in a dangerous position, that you have done a good thing. And even Vindhyavali says, his wife says that, oh my Lord, you have created the material world for your enjoyment, but people are thinking it's for their enjoyment, and they are thinking that everything belongs to them. My husband Bali Maharaj thinks that the body belongs to him, the head belongs to him, and he says, in fact, he can offer something to you. What can he offer? Hmm? Then Brahma's, he is, uh, he says that you have punished him enough. Don't punish him anymore. Hmm? So please release him, and he deserves no more punishment. Then at the end, the Lord spoke, and Lord Vamandev tells that. Hmm, um, so what does he tell about this material wealth, right? Um, so just me recollect the first point. Yeah. So he says that in the material world, uh, people are rotating from different, through different species of life. But if someone becomes a human, um, that human birth is very rare. And in that human birth, if one possesses all opulences and still do not become proud of those opulences, it is to be considered my special favor. And we read that purport. Hmm? Uh, and then he says, for great devotees, pure devotees, this opulences will not cause any hindrances. They are always fixed in my devotion. Then he says, Bali Maharaj became famous because, in spite of uh, um, several challenges, insults, hmm, uh, so he was rebuked by Vamandev. He was bound by the ropes of Varuna, and his demonic friends also criticized him by offer, because he offered uh, this, land charity to Vamandev. His Guru Maharaj, Shukracharya, also rebuked him and cursed him. In spite of all this, he was fixed in his devotion. That's why he became so famous. Because of his tolerance and his, him being fixed in my devotion, uh, uh, Lord says that I will award him the position of King of Heaven in the next Manvantara, which is known as Savarni Manvantara, 8th Manvantara. Not only that, but at the moment, at present, he will rule the planet known as Sutala, which was created by Vishwakarma on the order of the Lord. Hmm? And which is free from all anxieties and disturbances. And nobody would be able to transgress the order of Bali Maharaj. If one does so, Sudarshan disc can kill that person. And moreover, he will be able to see the Lord there, you know, um, whenever he wants. Actually, he became the gatekeeper of Vamandev. Hmm? Sorry, Bali Maharaj. Vamandev became the gatekeeper of Bali Maharaj. Hmm? So this is how this chapter ends. Um, yeah, so we mentioned that couple of points is how how Bali Maharaj was, fixed up in his truthfulness, that is afraid of making his false, promise false. Mm. Current in these days, people can, lie, one lie, lies after lies, they get involved. uh, they don't mind lying. uh, um, and other thing is that um, is he's considering this situation to be is a mercy of the Lord rather than cursing the Lord. Uh, rather than becoming inimical to the Lord. And from Vindyavali statement, actually, even our body also does not belong to us. Then we see opulences, people possessing opulences, but most people are proud of their opulence. They don't have character, right character. So that means they are not favored by the Lord. If we see the opulences and the right attitude, that is an indication of Lord's mercy to those people. And just like Bali Maharaj, Prabhupada also fixed up in his devotion in spite of all the challenges. And great things do not come cheaply. So we also need to develop that good character. How long can we remain as neophytes? We should also endeavor, at least even if you don't want to be a great devotee, at least endeavor, at least understand that there is something better, something greater. So, yeah, and Bali Maharaj got that great position because he did his effort. His effort was there, just like our mother Yashoda, when she tried to bind Krishna with the rope. Every time she tried to tie him up, the the rope fell 2 inches too short. Even though she joined the more rope, they had 900,000 cows. And Nanda Baba had 900,000 cows. Imagine how much rope they must have had. In spite of joining the rope after rope, every time she tried to bind Krishna, the rope fell 2 inches too short. And our acharyas tell us that, but she did not stop her endeavor. Actually, and in the Bhagavatam it is said she was perspiring due to odd labor. She was endeavoring, and Lord's mercy was that he agreed to be bound. So here also, Bali Maharaj, he endeavored to be tolerant. He endeavored to be fixed in his devotion, and Lord awarded the mercy of his association. Okay, so I will end the chapter here. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, great Karthik. So everyone, please read some Bhagavatam every day. Recite a chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Hear something or read something from Krishna book. So please make use of Karthik. Hare Krishna. Dandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Shri Bali Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Anyone has any comments or anything, they can do so. Otherwise, we can close the session.
I have a very strange comment, if I may put it to you.
Oh,
I'm
why
so
not?
sorry.
Why not? Why not? Please.
Okay, what it was I'm sure Prabhupada said about Rakshastras and shapeshifting, and you said about the human form being very blessed, and I agree. So my thing is, when the shapeshifters take up a human form, do they get blessed in that way, or just a silly thought went through my mind?
Okay, so right. It is said here that one obtains the human form because of their pious activity. But they should ideally use it properly. If they misuse, then they go into lower species of life. That's what the Lord is saying, that human form is very, very rare to obtain. And if one obtains, one must use it in the service of the Lord. So something like, you obtain something nice, but say for example, I can't give you that example just now. But something nice you get, but you are just using it for a cheap purpose. What is the use of it? That's what the Lord's saying. So, what was your question? Is that answers or?
I think it does in a way, because it's in a way the shapeshifters, if they're shifting into the shape of a human form, they are using it for a non-Krishna factor. So I think you're
Exactly.
absolutely, yeah. Thank you for that.
So
Hare Krishna.
we have like basically we have done all these things in the previous lives. Prabhupada used to say that to Bhakti Charu Swami, give this one life to Krishna. Previous lives you had already given, so you had given so many lives to Maya, but please give this one life to Krishna. And Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj did so. He left his body on the battlefield of preaching. So yeah. Okay, thank you. Nisha Mataji.
Done with Pranam Prabhuji. I just wanted to bit curious about you said about chapter Bhagavad Gita chapter 12. Just wanted to know why you stressed on chapter 12.
Because the chapter 12 says the qualities of a devotee. What are the qualities that Krishna likes in a devotee?
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. From text 13 till text 20.
Text 13 to 20. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So sometimes we see that, if we want to be liked by Krishna, what qualities do I need to possess?
Okay.
So that question, Krishna lists the qualities that he likes in a devotee.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.